UGI Toastmaster. And our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So the general direction for online session is: first, ensure that you are logged in with your correct name. It will help us to identify you easily. Second, all the guests are requested to prefix guest before their name. It can be done by clicking the participant tab to rename yourself. And third, know when your camera is on and avoid doing any activity that may distract the speaker. Uh, and the fourth one is please mute your microphone when other speakers are speaking to avoid background noise from interrupting the meeting. Fifth, avoid interjecting the speaker when he or she is delivering a speech, evaluation, or report. And sixth, refrain from speaking about religion, sex, and politics in a derogatory manner. And seven, avoid conversation in chat publicly when someone is speaking, as it may distract the speakers. And 8, at the end of every segment, please cast your ballot when the host displays the poll on the screen. And with this, uh, shall I pass to you, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. So with this, I hand over the stage to Toastmaster Archita, ma'am. The stage
Thank
is
you
all
so
yours.
much, Master Swarnima. I request everyone to give a huge round of applause for our today's Sergeant Toastmaster Swarnima. Thank you, Swarnima, for starting the meeting. Uh, a very good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. It is such a joy to welcome all of you in our today's special Speakathon meeting. So this is joint meet between not just one or two clubs, but three different clubs. For TMCL, this is 199th meeting. For Prayagraj Toastmasters Club, this is 91st meeting. And for UGI, it's their 69th meeting. So speakathons are always close to our heart. They give our members a chance to showcase their hard work, growth, and dedication through a series of powerful prepared speeches. So before we dive into the ocean of words and wisdom, I would like to take a moment for an important announcement for our Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. Next week, the TMCL, is going to achieve a major milestone, and we will be celebrating our 200th meeting. Yes, it's 200th. A journey filled with speeches, laughter, growth, and unforgettable memories. So we are planning for a grand celebration on 6th of July, packed with fun and lots of musty. So I sincerely invite each one of you present here to be a part of this joyful occasion with Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. So that's all what I wanted to say. Apart from this, I can see lots of people present in the meeting. I am not able to find who are the guests and who are the Toastmasters. So once again, I request all the Toastmasters to please rename yourself, add TM as Toastmaster Tejashwi added before his name. So so that I would be able to identify if you are a Toastmaster or a guest. We have our we have a few guests who I know. I think Manish is here. Hi, guest Manish. I like to talk to you before we start with our meeting today. So, give us a small introduction of yourself and how did you get to know about our club?
Hi, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Manish Kumar. I am from Palwal, Haryana. And I got to know about the Toastmaster Club from one of my friend who is Toastmaster in your group named as Suraj Singh. He
Okay.
told me about your group, and from his advice, I joined today as a guest. And if I like the session, I would be the permanent member with your group from next week onwards. Thank you.
That's awesome, guest Manish. I'm very glad that you are here with us today and you would like to be a member in our club from the next week. So a very welcome to you again. And stay here with
Thanks.
us till the end of the meeting. Today we are going to have lots of speeches, so you will get lots of learnings also. Apart from this, we have our visiting guest, Toastmaster. No, still a guest, Shreyanshi. Hi, yes, Shreyanshi. Can I talk to you? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, let's talk with our other guests also. We have to guest Puneet. Hi, guest Puneet. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please tell us about yourself, how did
Yeah.
you get to know about this
So,
meeting?
I'm Puneet Gavi. So I'm from Lucknow, and I work in IT. And I got to know about this Toastmaster Club from Instagram. I have earlier attended one Toastmasters meeting, not in India, but when I was outside, I attended an international Toastmasters meeting in Belgium. So I had a brief introduction of how it works, but uh, I I was curious to know how things happen here. So yeah, so idea is to like get to know, uh, get to develop more confidence on public speaking uh, in, and getting more interaction with the people. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today. I request you to please stay with us till the end of this meeting and see how this works. And this is a special meeting. This is not our general meeting. In general meeting, we have three different segments, but today we are going to have only one segment, which is prepared speeches. Uh,
Okay. So,
yeah, thank you so much for joining. Now I would like to talk to our other guests. Guest Hazel. I have Hazel. Hi, Hazel. Am I audible to you? Hello.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, clearly. Please let us know about yourself and how you get to know about this club.
Hello, my name is Hazel Anna Sebastian, and I'm currently a student from Christ University. So I came to know about Toastmasters Club from my father's acquaintance, where he came for a session here at Indalco, and he told about Toastmasters Club. And I want to join this club so that I can, improve on my public speaking and make it more eloquent. So here I am.
That's awesome of you that you joined and you want to improve and you are at the right place. You will improve for sure. So soon I wish you to see as a Toastmaster also. So Hazel, you stay with us here in the meeting itself till the end. Now I
Yes.
would like thank you so much for joining. Now I'd like to talk to guest Aditi. Hi Aditi, good evening. I cannot see her. Uh, Hi Aditi, am I audible to you? If you're speaking, you're not audible. Okay, so Shreyanshi, would you like to talk? Am I audible to you? Okay, apart from this, we have a very old guest of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, guest Vaishnavi. Hi Vaishnavi, good evening. Uh, how are
Hi,
you doing?
am I
Hi,
audible?
after so
After
long.
a long time, yeah. It make me nervous to meet the people after a long time. Not speaking on the stage make me nervous. So it's nice to join the meeting of the Toastmaster Club again. I really wanted to, but I can't make the time or like I was so nervous to join again the meetings and meet the old people. So it would be nice experience. Thank you.
No need to be nervous. We all are here and a very welcome once again to the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. And thank you so much for joining Vaishnavi. Stay with us
So,
and you will enjoy for sure. Apart from her, I think I can see guest Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, how are you doing? Please let us know about yourself.
I am I'm Alex, and hello.
Yes, yes. Please continue.
Yeah. I'm Alex. Currently, a student at SRM University, Chennai, and I'm looking forward to connect with you all people, and I'm here to improve my communication skills and public speaking skills. That's all about me.
Thank you so much, Alex, for joining. Please stay with us, and I believe you will improve your communication and speaking skills for sure here in Toastmasters. Now, I think I've talked to almost all of our guests. So now I would like to move forward with our meeting, with our speakathon, and hand over the reins of this exciting meeting to someone who is known for his creativity, energy, and PowerPoint wizardry. Please put your hands together to our Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Akib. Over to you, Toastmaster Akib.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Archita. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Welcome to today's Speakathon, a word that beautifully combined two things we love, speaking and a marathon of it. This is not just a speaking spree, it's a celebration of growth, practice, and all the rehearsal that you guys done. In Toastmasters, we don't just learn from books or gurus, we learn from each other. Every speech you'll hear today is not just a presentation, it's a reflection of progress, practice, and passion. Today, 6 speakers will take stage, and we will be hearing 6 new stories, and we'll also have 6 evaluators who will guide them forward. This peer-to-peer format is at the heart of Toastmasters, a place where every feedback is a step towards excellence. Let me quickly walk you through how today's session is going to be structured. So we have 6 speakers. We also have a timer. So we'll start with timer intro, of course, because time discipline is what keeps this marathon on track. Then I'll be inviting each speakers one by one. And before every speaker, I'll share brief introduction of the speaker and also share a little bit of a project and speech objective. After all these speeches are delivered, we'll have an evaluation round wherein I'll be requesting all the evaluators to come and present their evaluation. And then finally, we invite timer again to have the timing report. So let's now begin the speakathon journey. Sit back, listen closely, and absorb the variety, emotions, and courage of our speakers. Along with what we will have speeches, I'll also have a small fun little game, which is Say It Right, wherein we'll have a little quiz on English pronunciation to keep you sharp and smiling. So I will be presenting a word and with few options on how it is rightly pronounced, and I would request people to comment the right answer in the chat box. If someone can keep a track of the right answers, at least for the people who are giving the right answer for the first time, then we'll also have a winner from Say It Right. Cool. So while the stage gets ready, let me invite timer of today's meeting, which is again Toastmaster Achita. She'll be hatting a lot of roles today. So let's request her to share about timer role today.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Akib. So I will be playing as the role of playing as the timer today for the speakathon, and the timing for almost all the speeches is 5 to 7 minutes. So after 5 minutes, which is the qualifying time, I will show the green card like this. After 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card, and after 7 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And the timing for the evaluators is 2 to 3 minutes. So after 2 minutes, again I will show the green card. 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card, and after 3 minutes, I will show the red card. Apart from this, all the speakers will also get a 30 second of grace time to complete their speech at the end of their speech. So this is all about the timing, and I will present the whole report at the end when called upon by our Toastmaster applicant. So for that, the stage is back to Toastmaster Akif. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Archita. As she talked about PowerPoint, I could not hold myself from making PowerPoint again. So we have a deck for the game. Say it right. Hope the screen is visible to everyone. Let me make some setting changes so that I can see you guys. So we all know English is a very fun language, right? Doesn't make sense sometimes. Debt is called as debt, and a lot of such examples. So today we will have few of them, which we will try to practice and hope it helps us become better in pronunciation. It might confuse you, but let's see what best we can get out of this small session. So the first word for today's session is this Worcestershire. Like, how do you pronounce it? You have an option A, Worcestershire, B, Worcestershire, C, Worcester. Let me see how I can reach out to chat box. I would request you guys to select or send the right answer in the chat box, A, B, C, as an A, B, C. And whoever gives the answers right for the first time, they'll be the winner. Hazel says B, 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 A, A. Anybody else? B, B, A. Okay. Anybody else? A. Okay. In majority of the country, it is just called Worcester, so they don't pronounce the shire itself. Better luck next time. We have the next word. Let's see if we get this one right. How do you pronounce colonel? Colonel, colonel, colonel. Rashika says B. Tejasvi says A. Hazel says B, 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 B. Yep, I think majority of you are right this time. It's colonel. And I always felt that colonel is wrong because in Hindi it is pronounced colonel. We always call it colonel. But when I read it for the first time in English, it's like it could be colonel, right? So I don't know how it came out as colonel, but this is what it is. Majority of you got it right. Let's look at the third one, and then we'll move forward to our session of Speakathon. How do you pronounce quinoa? Quinoa is the grain which people eat, and doctor has suggested my kid also to eat. So, do you pronounce it as quinoa, quinoa, quinoa? B, B, B. A lot of people are saying B. A lot of people are saying C. So, B is the right answer. I think you guys have learned from. Hope you guys are not googling and doing chat GPT and all. But B is the right answer. It's quinoa. This is the last. And I think everybody should make this one right because it's something we've been hearing. How do you pronounce this word? D-E-B-R-I-S. Debris? Debris? Debris. Alex says A. Punit says B, B. Patna says B, B. Oh my God. All of you are right. It is debris. It is just debris. So kudos to all of you. Majority of the answers were right. I hope somebody is making note of it and will find the best guesser or best people in pronunciation, and we will reward them with applause. Cool, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the speakathon for today's session. So as I said, we'll have 6 speakers and 6 evaluators. And as you have seen, Archita started the meeting. Archita is a timer, so she's also the first speaker. Archita is a BBA graduate, Toastmasters for 3 years. She has done almost all the XCOM roles and currently serving as the president of Toastmaster Club of Lucknow. She'll be attempting L3P1 nego. Okay, that is a speech title. So it is L3P1 from Dynamic Leadership, negotiating the best outcome. And the evaluator for her speech is Toastmaster Kanishk. So Kanishk, would you like to read the speech objective if you have?
Sure, sir. First of all, good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Kanishk Gulwadi from the UGI Toastmasters Club, and today I have the great opportunity to evaluate Toastmaster Archita ma'am. So, Toastmaster Archita ma'am will be giving her Level 3 Project 1 speech with the purpose negotiate the best outcome. And the title, do I have to, read the title out? Read out the title of the
No,
speech
I'll
or
read out the
just the
title.
purpose?
I'll read out the title. Yeah, just the objective.
And the pathway is dynamic leadership. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Ganesh. So, Toastmaster Archita, hope you are ready. Can we have a quick audio check?
Yes. I hope I am visible and audible.
You are visible and audible. Toastmaster Archita, the daily deal. The daily deal, Toastmaster Archita.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Let me begin by asking a simple question from all of you. What comes to your mind when you hear the word negotiation? Anyone, in just one word? Okay, all right. So, for most of us, the first thing which we think of after hearing negotiation is bargaining in a market, right? So, something similar happened to me recently when I was in Delhi. I went to Sarojini Nagar market for shopping. So, there was a man selling earrings, 4 earrings for rupees 100. So, I asked him give me 8 earrings for rupees 100. He said, no, no, ma'am, that's not possible. The maximum I can give is 6. Then I said, okay, let's neither be yours nor mine. Give me at least 7 earrings. And guess what? He agreed. So, this is a simple example of negotiation, a situation where both the parties come to a middle ground. But is this the only form of negotiation? Actually, no. It goes much beyond that. And negotiation is not just limited to money or shopping. There are many different kind of negotiation styles which we negotiate in our daily life. We use that in our daily life in a small ways. For example, I am giving some example of mine. With my small cousins or siblings, I always say, give me the remote, I will give you the chocolate. So this is the kind of compromising negotiation style where both the parties give upon something to reach a mutually acceptable solution. Uh, Apart from this, sometimes with our parents, I always try to convince them for me going on a trip. I always say, I'll take care of everything and I will share minutes of my trip with you. So this is the kind of collaborative negotiation where we try to meet the need of uh, we try to meet the need of the other person also, showing the responsibility while seeking the support or permission. Apart from this, sometimes with our friends. So what happened once, I said, my friend, let's go. Let's see Mission Impossible today. But my friend said, no, we will watch Houseful 5. And she forcefully took me to watch Houseful 5. So it is a competitive negotiation style where one person ignores or suppress the other person's preferences. So these are 3 styles. There's one more. So I'll give you an example of Toastmasters. Sometimes I overdo some task in Toastmasters, understanding that other executive committee members or normal members are genuinely occupied somewhere. So this is an example of accommodative negotiation style, where a person prioritizes relationships over others needs and willingly gives up on their own needs. So you see, life gives us countless such situations, some serious, some silly. We might not realize it, but in every such moment, we are practicing negotiation. Through these everyday experiences, we are constantly learning how to negotiate better, sometimes without even realizing. But there's another type of negotiation, one that is more important and much more personal. This is intrapersonal negotiation, where a person weighs emotional desires against the logical reasoning between heart and mind to make the decision. We often focus on negotiating with others, but have you ever noticed how often we negotiate with ourselves? That inner conversation, the back and forth in our mind, that's the most crucial form of negotiation. Let me share something from my own life. So, a few years back, I was going to do my master's, but a college in Pune that is far, far away from my home. At the same time, my mother was not keeping well. So, she needed support both emotionally and physically. So, I was stuck between two options: go ahead, take the admission, and leave for the college, or just stay back, be there for my mom. And this was not a decision where someone could guide me completely, or it was just something I had to decide after talking to myself own. And after thinking a lot, I chose to stay. And I believe I made the right decision based on the situation I was in. So this was not a simple yes or no. It was a personal negotiation which I did, and it shaped a part of me who I am today. And trust me, these negotiation that stays with us. They teach us how not only to make decisions, but to also own them. To conclude this whole speech, I just want to say that negotiation is not just about money or bargaining in the market, it's a part of our everyday life. In small moments with our family, with our friends, sometimes in bigger decisions where we have to convince others, sometimes we have to convince ourselves. We all face such moments, some serious, some funny, but somehow they all help us to grow. So, next time when you are caught between two choices, just pause and ask yourself, what really matters here? What am I willing to give? And what do I want in return? Because at the end of the day, uh, negotiation is not about getting everything, it is about making the right choice for that moment. With this, thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Archita. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Negotiation is about making the right choice, weighing the pro and con of the decisions, right? So, how many of you have watched this web series called Suits? Anybody?
Yeah, show with this side.
Shobhit has watched. Awesome. Anybody else? I think in Suits, I have felt that there is a lot of negotiation trick which they always use. Of course, it's a corporate story, but they're always trying to make certain leverage, and whenever they have certain leverage, they go ahead and propose a deal. So they are trying to negotiate. They want to cut the deal, but they don't want to cut the deal when they don't have the leverage. So they always prepare themselves in a way that they have something very strong, and with that stuff, the other guy is able to give up. So they find that dirt on people and then they attack for the deal. So if you get some time, go ahead and watch that watch the TV show, and of course, Archita has told us to weigh the pro and con. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also share my screen for one more. So we had looked at debris right last time. So there's this word called Mischievous. How do we pronounce it? A, mischievous; B, mischievous; C, mischievous. Mischievous basically means causing or showing a fondness for causing trouble in a playful way. So it's like your kid who is trying to create some trouble, but in a very playful way. What do you guys think? What is the right pronunciation? Every time I
It's
share
B. It's B. It's B.
it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, you are right. It is me, which is Miss Chavas. Hope you guys are not using the Google and all. And I also hope that you will be using this word in your forthcoming speeches. Let's jump into the next speech for today's session. And the next speech is to be given by our very own Toastmaster Akshat. He is a seasoned technology manager from the vibrant city of Lucknow. While when he's not leading tech teams, you'll find him wandering in the bylanes of Azadganj, reading good book, sipping coffee, enjoying the little joys of life. He is attempting level 3 and P3 speech. I would request the evaluator to share the objective if you want to, which is Toastmaster Yashika.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. Toastmaster Akshat is doing his L3P3, and the purpose of this project is to introduce or review basic presentation software strategies for creating and using slides to support or enhance a speech.
Awesome. Thanks, Yashika. We'll have intro of all evaluators in the end when we do the evaluation. Toastmaster Akshat, we can all see you. Can we have a quick audio check as well?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Toastmaster Akshat, if this picture could talk, Toastmaster Akshat.
So I would also want to share my screen because this is a presentation assignment. So I'm going to share my screen.
Yes.
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yep.
And can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. All right. So good evening, seasoned Toastmasters and my dear friends. I can see 3 clubs being a part of this great endeavor to do a speakathon. And well, as you can see the title on my on the screen, if this picture could talk. So we have all heard this quotation that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Now let me deconstruct a picture for you and use as many words as I can to explain what this picture is all about. Well, when I was going through the topics, I realized that I had a great stay in a place a couple of years ago in my last work assignment when I was staying in a place. And in this week, while I was deciding about the topic, I could go through all the images of that period of photos that had clicked during that time. And that brought back a lot of good memories, some memories to cherish about, some not so good memories. So my today's presentation is about some memories that I find suitable to discuss with the larger audience. So what you see on your screen is basically from a coffee shop in Hyderabad. And this is the pic of 15th of August. As you can see, the cake that I'm about to eat is having the tricolor. So this is from 15th of August 2022. Let me move on to the next slide. Well, Hyderabad is the place where I worked for almost a year. In fact, I have had on 2 occasions I have been to Hyderabad. One at the start of my career and one very recently in my last assignment. So in my last assignment, I had the opportunity to stay for a very long time in Hyderabad, probably around a year. And these are 3 places when you would go to Hyderabad, you would notice, you can't afford not to notice these 3 places. The first one being Birla Temple. So can I have a few people raise their hands if they have been to Hyderabad? Anyone from the lot who has been to Hyderabad? So Akib says that yes, he has been to Hyderabad. So Akib, you would appreciate that, these are some of the more frequented landmarks in Hyderabad. One being Birla Temple. The other is a lake very close to the place that I stayed, which is Durgam Cheruvu. And the third one is Hussain Sagar Lake. Now, when you mention or when you decide to talk about certain spots or places, it's not always that you want to talk about the most popular places, but you would also want to talk about places that hold special value for you. So these places have been places that have been my escape route or the escape from reality. I believe a lot of you would have your own favorite hotspots in the places that you live in, and you call them your escape mechanisms or places that you escape to when you want to do away with the reality. When I was in Mumbai, it was Marine Drive for me. While I was in Hyderabad, these were the three places. So when you go to such places, you're going to such places without a proper intent. You are going to these places because you find a connect in these places. So as you can see, these three places hold a very special place in my heart. Now let me talk about my experiences in Hyderabad. So this was one of experience when I decided that I will stay in a paying guest accommodation. Well, when I'm completely alien to the idea of staying in a PG, because I have all throughout my life stayed in apartments. So an apartment is a place in which you have complete control over each and everything. But it also comes at a cost. It comes at a cost of probably paying not just the rent, but the token amount, which is quite significant in places like Mumbai. So I can see Akib laughing, which means that it's very, very significant amount in a place like Mumbai. So I decided to stay in a PG, and as you can see, it's a very colorful and a vibrant place. And the moment you decide to stay in a PG, you also have this in mind that probably you're not looking at a permanent stay in a place like Hyderabad. I mean, there was something going on in my mind that made me decide to take a PG instead of an apartment, because when you take an apartment, you probably are going to stay stuck for a longer time. So this was my apartment. This is the room that I clicked probably on the last day, because I personally feel when you vacate a place, you should leave it in a condition which is as pristine as when you were handed over the place. So this is the kind of tactics that I follow when I am leaving a place. And in the third is the cafeteria, wherein all of us are basically enjoying a cricket match of Chennai Super Kings versus, I don't know the other team, but Dhoni is on display. So that's the kind of the vibrancy of the place. So I have had a good stay in this place. More about this place. Here is my friend who is basically playing PlayStation in the breakout area in that accommodation, right? Towards the right, you could see a lot of boxes. These are basically chai boxes that I ordered from Swiggy or Zomato. And this is a collection of almost 3 to 4 weekends that you can see, so probably this is something not to boast about, but this is exactly when you hold quite a lot of things in your apartment or in the room that you stay. And just like many of us have their go-to drink, I enjoy my sips of chai. And let me tell you, being from North India, chai is something that is, the go-to drink of people. And just as you go down south, it's difficult to find the kind of chai or the texture or the flavor of tea that you like. So this is what I found. There's one place like the Chai Point that I found to be extremely good and to my taste. In the last photo that's my workplace, and that's the view from the balcony, and another escape route of mine when I was quite bored with my day-to-day job. Now, about any experience that you would want to talk about, there are certain experiences that suck you. there are certain experiences that you can't tolerate. So what is that in such a good place with so many amenities? What is that one experience that kind of, tests your patience? Well, that is on the next slide. So these are nothing but washing machines kept on the rooftop in my PG. Now for 500 plus residents of that accommodation, there were close to about 10 plus washing machines or 15 plus washing machines. Now everyone would come to wash their clothes on a Saturday or a Sunday. And I would never have had the opportunity to put my clothes in the washing machine. Now some of you may wonder that how come you could not find a time and place or an opportune time to put your clothes in the wash. Well, because everyone is coming on a Saturday and a Sunday. Now you may also say that what about other days? What are you doing from Monday to Friday? Well, I am not one of those disciplined lots who have that, strong resolve to do these chores during a weekday, right? So this experience of washing clothes over a weekend turned out to be a limiting experience. That kind of completely wiped out my experience of staying in a PG. This may not be a big concern for many of you, but this was a one-off experience that kind of, completely, ruined my user experience. So this is just one example of what you could come across. For every one of us, there could be different experiences that you might find as limiting. And this brings me to the next slide. So do you think that not being able to wash clothes in a washing machine, is that a problem? Well, it's a yes or a no. It depends upon how you see it. For me, it's a big problem. And the moment you decide or the moment you think about situations as problems is when you start to think about solutions. And the one problem that I saw with this PG, as you may say, is that they had a problem of scalability. So even if you, let's say, own quite a few washing machines, but if you can't guarantee your residents proper washing infrastructure over the weekends, you are diluting their customer experience. So scalability is such an important attribute of any business that we all should be very mindful about. No matter how brilliant your idea is, if you can't make it scalable, it may end up ruining your customer experience. So this was just one of my musings from my stay in Hyderabad that I wanted to discuss with all of you, using my own experiences. And with that, I would like to wrap up and hand it over back to MOCTM Akhil. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Akshat, for bringing back Hyderabad memories. And this is the first time I'm listening a speech on Hyderabad without a biryani. So kudos to you for making it so better without bringing the main component of that. So awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've had the pleasure of listening to Toastmaster Akshat. Let's give him a huge round of applause. I also see a hand raised by Archita. You want to say something, Archita?
Raised hand because I'm the timer.
Awesome. Cool. Let me share my screen again. And I'm going to do this more often now. So the next word is this. So if you have read about this mathematics, which is wherein you create a curve, but it is also a figure of speech. It's word, which is basically means you're trying to create exaggeration with strong impression or emphasis. So examples like I'm so hungry I could eat a horse is an example of hyperbole, whatever. Yeah. Or this box weighs 1,000,000 pounds. I've told you 1,000,000 times. So somebody doesn't tell million times, but it is just a figure of speech. So how do you think how it is pronounced right? Hyperbole hyperbole, hyperbole. Quick, check the chat box as well. Awesome. Let me stop sharing the screen. How to stop share? Yeah, I think cool. A lot of people have said B, 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 B. Yes, it is pronounced hyperbole. So kudos. I didn't know this before making this PPT. So I think you guys are pretty intelligent and hope you use this figure of speech. Let's jump on to the next speaker, which is Toastmasters Swarnima. Toastmasters Swarnima is second year computer science engineering student. Her hobbies are dancing and playing different games. Her strength is family and friends. She has won first prize in racing in her schools, and she also had certain participation certificates in dancing and other activities. So let's invite her evaluator for speech objective. Toastmaster Punita, do we have you?
Yeah.
Yep. Over to you.
Yeah. So for Toastmaster Swarnima, her pathway is persuasive influence, and she will be giving her level 1 project for speech, which is evaluation and feedback. The purpose of speech would be to apply the feedback which will be given to her today. So she will, in future speeches, she will be applying that. So that is the purpose of the speech. And Toastmaster Swarnima, recipe for realization. Recipe for realization, Toastmaster Swarnima.
Yes, Toastmaster Swarnima, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. A very good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, let me ask you all something. Have you ever watched a cooking video and thought, wow, this looks so easy and I can totally make this? I know everyone have done this. So, well, I made that mistake. It was a lazy day and I was scrolling through my YouTube shorts, and when I saw a video titled red sauce pasta, just like restaurant style at home. So there was a soft music in the background, perfect chopping sounds, and the pasta looked amazing and just like something come out from the food magazine. And in that moment, I said to myself, yes, I am going to cook this today. And I got up proudly and went to my nanny and said, today I will make the dinner. My nanny was silent for a few seconds and staring at me and say, do you even know how to turn on the gas stove? I smiled confidently and I said, of course I know. And then quickly I googled and asked how to light the gas stove safely. And the disasters begin. Step 1, trouble with the stove. I entered the kitchen with full of excitement. I tried to light the stove, but nothing happened. I tried again and again and again and still nothing. So like any beginner, I called up my nanny and said, please light up for once and I will manage the rest. She rolled her eyes, light the stove, and walked off like a boss. And step 2, chopping struggle. Next, I started cutting the vegetables. In the video, everything looked so perfect, and in real life, my onions were all different size, and my onions were looking so homeless, and the tomatoes were too chunky, and I forgot to peel the garlic. Still, I kept going. I poured some oil, added the onion, and stirred them like I was some kind of expert chef. Maybe even Sanjeev Kapoor will scared of me. I added the tomatoes, garlics, and some ready-made sauce because let's be honest, who has time to prepare the sauce at home? And then it's and I am very confident for myself, like I will make the best pasta. And then and it's time for the disaster. Yeah, the real disaster came. The pasta was boiling and the sauce was ready, everything looked perfect. I served the pasta to myself and my nanny, sat down, took a proud bite, and something went wrong. The pasta was terrible. The pasta was overcooked. That's why the pasta was soft. And the sauce was too sour. And then I realized I forgot to add the salt. The main thing, the basic thing, I forgot to add. After all the efforts, after watching the video, after getting help, I made something that looked great but tastes like a regret. Down and I'm eating my terrible pasta, and I started thinking this pasta is just like a real life. We often try new things and thinking if I just follow the steps, I will be fine. We take helps, copy steps, and expect a great result. But if we don't know the basics, if we don't know real, uh, if we don't really learn, things can still go wrong. And you know what? That's okay, because from that one mistake I learned some important lessons. Like the pasta taught me lessons. And the first lesson I got, it's okay to fail. My first pasta was not perfect, but first tries are meant to be, not perfect, because the first tries are for learning, not for proving anything. And the second learning, help is good, but learning yourself is better. I needed help to start the gas, but surely from the next time I will turn on the gas by myself. The learning 3, don't pretend to know, really learn. Like acting confident is easy, being confident because you know what are you doing, that's the true part. Learning 4, small thing matters. Like one pinch of salt can change the whole dish. In life too, small efforts and small habits matters a lot. So, like, what's the message? If you are starting something new, project, a subject, a relationship, a role, or anything, don't be afraid to mess up. Don't wait to be perfect. Be ready to try, fail, and learn. Because whether it's a red sauce pasta or your future career or any relationship, real success comes from the practice, patience, and progress. And now, before ending this my speech, let me ask you all something. And I know how many of you have tried something new for the first time and it did not go well. And I know everything, like everyone, have done this at least once. But that, like, but that's what make the journey beautiful. So, from the next time we will try again with the better efforts and better understanding. And yes, obviously, we won't forget to add the salt in our pastas. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shantima. Huge round of applause for her speech. This reminds me of COVID period, right, when Sanjeev Kapoor's soul lived in every kitchen, and I also wanted to do something, so I watched his video on how to make kebabs, and we started making kebabs. So the rule number one, which I felt, was that always have a partner so that you can blame. Otherwise, all the blame falls on you. So we ended up making so much of kebabs. Like I brought in 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg kind of material. I didn't know that it will be becoming so much. So I ate for 2 weeks and it was not getting over. So then I had to throw it out. Cool. Let me share my screen again. I think this one is pretty easy. This word, and we have all heard it. We've all learned it. But I'm just checking what you guys are like. A lot of people are just putting B this time. So let's see. How do you pronounce this word? If you have heard this word, it's used for a lot of time music. The variety of music is called as this genre. I don't know how to pronounce it. Genre of music, right? So you have option A, which is genre. Option B, genre. Option C, genre. What do
Option
you think
C.
is the right answer?
Option
Option C. Anybody else who thinks differently?
Easy.
I said it was easy. Cool, man. Great. And I hope that you will use the word genre in your forthcoming speeches. Now we have our speaker number 4, which is Toastmaster Rudraksh. He's a second year student from UIT. Despite being in a technical college, he's passionate about business and entrepreneurship. He works on enhancing communication skills. I would request his evaluator, Toastmaster Shobit, to share speech objective.
Great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. So Rudraksh is pursuing presentation mastery as his pathway. Currently, he is delivering a level 1 speech with the project titled Writing a Speech with Purpose. The purpose of this speech is to learn or review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The purpose of the speech must be clearly expressed and should achieve its goal of delivering it. I wish to Rudraksh all the very best for his speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Akib.
Thanks, Toastmaster Shobit. Toastmaster Rudraksh, we can all see you. Can we also have audio check?
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
You are audible. Awesome. Toastmaster Rudraksh,
There
risk
is
of listening to yourself. Risk of listening to yourself, Toastmaster Rudraksh.
the risk of listening to yourself. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. There's something we have all experienced, that moment where we feel we are doing everything right, and yet something inside us whispers, is this what we really wanted? It's not always loud, it doesn't always ask us to quit or change everything what we are pursuing or doing. But it does ask us to pause and listen sometimes. We grow up learning how to follow the syllabus, the toppers, the plan, and somewhere in that crowd, we often forget to check, am I following this because I want to, or just because everyone else is following? We are not wrong for choosing what's safe. Safety is comfortable and familiar as well. Sometimes it's the most practical choice in the moment. But the tricky part is when comfort becomes confinement, when we stop exploring simply because we are afraid of being different. And this isn't just about careers or courses, it's about how we make decisions. Uh, are we really giving ourselves the chance to try something meaningful? Or are we just listening our voice, the voice of our heart, what we actually desired of to do, even if it's little uncertain? Let's take an example of, let's say, Piyush Bansal, for instance, a name we all might have known from Shark Tank or as a founder of Lenskart. But his story began far from this limelight. He had a stable job at Microsoft, the thing most people would dream of, but he gave it up and returned to India. Not to start something fancy, but just to solve a basic overlooked problem, real life problem of affordable eyeglasses. He didn't have an MBA or a backing investor background. He just had the courage. He just had the courage to listen to an idea that made sense to him, even when it didn't make sense to others. And that's what stands out. He didn't chase what's safe. He pursued what's honest. Now, most of us may not be launching the next lens card, but yes, each of us does face a crossroad where we must choose, do we follow the familiar or do we take that one step towards something that feels more real to us? It's not about always like dramatically. Sometimes it's as small as applying for something out of our comfort zone or saying yes to an idea that excites us, even if no one else gets it. We don't need to have it all figured out. We just need to be open to trying. Because sometimes the things we regret most isn't failing. Uh, it's never finding out what could have happened if we had tried. Because back of the mind, we have that regret of not trying, not giving it even a try. This isn't about the success. This speech is about the success, but it's also not about taking huge risk or making bold moves. It's a gentle reminder for all of us that once in a while, it's worth asking ourselves that what do I really want? What's that one thing I haven't tried yet? Because I'm afraid to be different. It's because what I believe, what our heart wishes to, or the voice that comes from our heart, gives us a different level of dedication and spirit to complete it or execute that task. Because a task that my anyone have suggested me or what I felt that everyone is doing, when I also blindly follow that task, I might not be doing it with that dedication, that interest. But when I listen to my heart and just pursue that thing, I will give every possible thing, even 101% of my efforts to execute that thing up, because that's what I had taken a slight risk of, and will always wanted to execute it at any cost. And that dedication level is what everyone wanted, because that small voice inside us, that knows what matters to us. It may not be loud, but yes, it's most of the times it's usually right. And even if we don't always follow it, it's worth listening to it. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. Okay, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rudraksh, for talking about the inner self and whether it is really important to listen and when comfort should not become confinement. Great speech. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Next up, we have another word, and let me share my screen. Share screen. I think genre we have all heard. This is good one. Most of us we use it when we are presenting something. We say we are moving from this to something else. It is basically used for transition, wherein you go from one idea to another idea. What do you think? What is the right pronunciation? Sego, segue. Prerna says see. Oh my gosh, you guys are genius. It is segue. Segue into a new concept and something like that. So good. Let's jump into the next speech, which will be delivered by Toastmaster Amisha, who is a second year CSE student at United College of Engineering and Research, Prayagraj. She has been consistently maintaining a good academic records. Represented her college at zonal level in badminton. Awesome. She likes to grow in every possible way and being bold in her thoughts. She dislikes unhealthy competition and unnecessary comparison and lies. It's so extreme. Her hobbies are swimming, painting, and dancing. To evaluate her speech, we also have our friend Toastmaster Jatin. So, can I request Toastmaster Jatin to read out the speech objective?
Thank you, Toastmaster Akib. Toastmaster Amisha is attempting second project under second project of her level 1 under path dynamic leadership, where the objective of the project is writing a speech with purpose. The purpose of this project is for Amisha to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic of her choice. I hope that she will present a well-organized and well-delivered speech, which can be of any style that she chooses. It be humorous, more informational. But I know that she's going to do she has chosen motivational style for her speech, and hope it works well. We get motivated with whatever she's going to say. Please note that the time or speech length should be of 5 to 7 minutes. I say my best regards to Amisha for her speech. Over to you, Akib, for introducing.
Thank you. Toastmaster Amisha, we can all see you. Can we also have a quick audio check?
Thank you so much, sir. Am I audible?
You are audible. Yeah. Toastmaster Amisha, the art of staying untamed. The art of staying untamed, Toastmaster Amisha.
What if I told you that the biggest risk isn't failing? It's fitting in so perfectly that you forgot who you are. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. We are trained to obey, to follow, to conform. But very few are taught how to listen to the wild voice within. The voice that says, "This isn't me." This is a story about that voice. Today, I'm here to talk about, not to talk about breaking rules, but I'm here to talk about something far more powerful: the art of staying untamed in a world that constantly tries to tame you. We live in a world that celebrates conformity, which means act of matching behavior, beliefs, and attitude held by a group of people or society. From the moment we are born, we are taught how to sit, stand, smile, and even how to dream properly. Our lives become a checklist: top marks, safe career, society's approval. But no checklist ever created a trailblazer. You're not going to believe this. Over 80% of professionals globally are disengaged from their jobs. Not because they're lazy, but because they are tamed into roles that don't fit their soul. Do you know what's more crazy? The average child hears the word no over 1,48,000 times by the age of 18. And only 2% of people say they are living their dream life. Let me show you the difference. The tamed ask, will they approve? The untamed ask, will I regret not trying? Tame people follow safe roads, but untamed ones build paths where none existed. And one such person was Mary Kom. Let's talk about a real story about someone who refused to be tamed. Mary Kom, a farmer's daughter from Manipur. She was told boxing isn't for girls. Women belong in kitchen, not in rings. But Mary didn't ask for permission. She punched through the stereotypes with bare feet and unshakable fire. She became a six-time world champion, a mother, an Olympian, a living legend. Her story gives me goosebumps, not just because of her medals, but because she remained untamed in a world that wanted her silence. Our battles don't happen in stadiums or rings. They happen in our mind, in our heart, and sometimes in silence. Most of us are fighting quieter battles every single day. Like the girl who secretly loves sketching but chooses engineering because art won't feed you. Or the boy who wants to speak on stage but is told, "What will relatives say if you fail?" Or the student who has a startup idea but is scared to even say it out loud. Staying untamed isn't always loud. Sometimes it's as simple as saying, "I don't want to live a life that doesn't feel like mine." I've been that girl who said yes to many things but felt like no. Haven't you? Now, have you watched the movie Gunjan Saxena, the Kargil girl? It's based on the true story of the India's first female combat pilot, a young woman
who had only one dream to become a pilot. But people kept telling her, flying is for men, this is not a job for girls, you won't be able to handle it. But instead of arguing or giving up, she quietly proved them wrong by becoming the India's first female combat pilot in the Kargil War. She didn't wait for permission. She believed in herself and kept moving forward. That's what staying untamed means, choosing purpose over permission. And no, we may not all fly helicopters into combat zones, but haven't we all heard the same voices? This stream isn't for girls. Maybe the stream isn't ready for me, but I am ready for it. You won't get anywhere without a government job. I am not looking for anywhere. I am building my somewhere. Beta, safe career le lo. But what if I am meant for chasing difficult? So, let's master the art of staying untamed. It will definitely teach us listening to our inner voice when the world is screaming, fit in. So, how do normal people like you and me would stay untamed? Ask why. Don't just accept the rules, question them. Creative risk. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Be loud in your silence. You don't always have to explain your choices, your actions will. Remember what I said in the beginning. The biggest risk isn't failure, it's forgetting who you are. So, to every girl told to smile more, to every boy to not to cry, to every dreamer buried under duties, don't just exist, roar. Don't shrink to fit, expand to express. Wild hearts can't be broken. And don't you ever forget, you were born to be wild, wise, and wonderfully untamed. Self care isn't just a bubble bath, it's saying, my peace matters, and stepping away from what drains you, rest without guilt, and own your worth. Thank you.
So much, Toastmaster Amisha, for this powerful speech on staying untamed. My speech matters. Don't shrink to fit.
बहुत सही
I think
था
we all have been taught to not question. We all have been taught not to ask why is in our school. Any student who asks a lot of questions, they get the beating in the school, or they're not regarded as the best student. And if you remember all the toppers, they're just conforming to the teachers, right? So kudos to you for coming up with this speech, Toastmaster Ramisha. Let's jump in. I have another easy word, but I hope you guys will be able to answer it quickly. But if you have been telling it wrong way, I would request you to correct yourself. And there is one more word which is coming up, which Amisha has just used. So how do you use this word? It's like perfect example. The meaning of this word, sometimes we call it epitome, sometimes we call it epitome, epitime. It means that perfect example of something. So we say epitome of success. Sanskar says C, Yashika says C, Punit Gavri says C. Awesome. You all are right. It is C, not C. It is B. Epitome. The right pronunciation of this word is epitome. Answer B. So I got you. With you. You are having all these easy ones, and you are able to. You fell this time. This word Amisha just used. How do you pronounce this word? It's like putting someone down, or like when someone dies, we put them in the ground, right? So that's where this word is used. Some people call it bury, some people they call it bury, some people they call it buri. So what exactly is the right pronunciation? Answer A, B, A. Amisha said bury. So just wanted to check with all of you what exactly is the right answer. Jatin says C. Ronak says A. The correct answer is B, which is bury, not bury, but bury. Burying in the ground, burial ground. They're never called burial ground. They're called burial ground. So yeah, kudos. We all learned something new. Let me go back, take the screen structure and move on to the next speech, which has to be delivered by Toastmaster Roop Katha. So, Toastmaster Roop Katha Bhattacharjee is an introvert who enjoys connecting with people and making friends. She loves painting and listening to crime and horror broadcasts. Though she gets nervous, she secretly enjoys public speaking as well. Her speaker is Toastmaster Prerna. Can we have Prerna on stage for reading the speech objective?
Am I audible?
You are audible.
So, Roopkatha's pathway is engaging humor.
Yep, now you
Hello.
go ahead.
Okay, Roopkatha's pathway is engaging humor. She is going to present her level 1, project 2, and part 2 of it. And the purpose of this is to practice and applying feedback and serve as the speech evaluator during the club meeting. But today she is going to deliver her project part 2. So there she will be working on her feedback. Also, being an introvert girl, this would be very nice to hear her. So kudos to you and all the best. Thank you. Over to you, Amos.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prerna. Rupkata, can we have a quick audio check?
Yes, am I audible and visible?
You are audible and you are visible. Toastmaster Rupkata, the voice that wasn't chosen. The voice that wasn't chosen. Toastmaster Rupkata.
Noise is unusual. It's not what we are looking for. I'm sorry, but we will be moving forward without you. This sentence still echoes in my heart, even though it's been years. Funny how just a few words can shake your confidence to the core. Toastmasters, I am sure we all have that one memory, that one rejection, which comes so deep it made us question who we are. And today, I'm going to share with you mine, the story of how I was rejected for the very thing that today gives me the power to stand before you all, my voice. Oh, just a second. Looks like I'm getting a call. Oh, it's Kotha Bhattacharjee calling from the year 2019. Hang on a minute. Hello? Yes, yes, sure, sure, sure. Sure, sure. Goodbye. Rupkata Bhattacharjee from the year 2019. Yes, that is me. In 2019, I used to read in the 8th grade. In that year, our school got a very big opportunity. It was invited to a very big French cultural competition. And for this competition, our school required a group of dancers, a group of singers, and group of narrators. Out of all of these things, dancing was out. I once tried to do the moonwalk and the moon nearly fell. Hmm, singing. Well, I only do it in the showers where even the water tries to escape. Now coming to narrating. Well, that looked a lot easier. So I went with it. For this competition, the content was exciting, the script engaging. But do you know what the best part was? Free comic books for the winners. I was excited. I was thrilled. Not because I was exceptionally fluent in French. I was clearly not. Not because I had any previous experience in narrating. I had zero experience. But because I thought I had something to offer. I loved connecting with people. I loved telling stories. And deep down, I thought my voice had a character. So I auditioned. And oh my God, I still remember I had practiced relentlessly for this single audition. I still remember standing in front of the small mic, holding my script in trembling hands and speaking, while the external coordinator and the French teacher listened to me carefully. I gave my everything. Pronunciation, energy, emotions. I poured it all in. But then, silence. The external coordinator leaned in and said, "Hmm, your voice is unusual. It's very bad. It's not pleasing to hear. I'm sorry, but we will be moving forward without you." And 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 I blinked, and just like that, it was over for me. They didn't even let me finish my script. Disappointed, I went back to my bench, controlling my tears, which I knew I would later let fall silently at home. For days, I questioned what is wrong with my voice. Is it too deep, too shrill, too bad? In the upcoming days, I stopped auditioning for elocutions, for debates. I even became hesitant to read aloud in class. I simply thought that my voice was never meant to be heard. After years, when I was in class 12, I was all of a sudden approached to be the anchor for an elocution competition. I hesitated because that eighth grade trauma, that eighth grade rejection still lingered in my heart. But then I said yes. And oh God, my surprise, I did quite well. The teachers, my classmates, all of them appreciated me. Some of them even said that I brought the event back to life. That is when I realized something. That is when it hit me that rejection doesn't mean that it's the end. It simply is just a redirection to where we truly belong. I understood that rejection does not mean that we are bad. It simply means that something did not align as of yet. It means that our life wants us to grow in our own voice. My dear Toastmasters, today, as I stand before you all, speaking with the same voice which I once hated, I am grateful. I am grateful for that eighth grade rejection. It planted a seed of growth within me, which keeps on growing, growing, and growing. Toastmasters, remember, even if someone tells you that you are not enough, just remember that your worth does not lie in that one no. It lies in how you rise after it. Because sometimes the very thing that gets you thrown out of a room, one day that very thing will fill the room with a round of applause. Thank you. May you always keep speaking even when the world asks you to stop. Have a great day ahead. Signing off.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rupkata. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Rejection is not an end, it's a redirection. What a powerful speech, Toastmaster Rupkata. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come halfway. We have heard 6 very powerful speeches, and now is the time to move on and start with evaluation. I actually thought to have a 5 minutes gap, but I don't think we have good enough time, so it's already 5:30. So let's jump in straight to the evaluation, and we will have evaluation started with the first evaluator for our speaker, which was Toastmaster Archita, and the evaluator we had was Toastmaster Kanesh. So, do we have Toastmaster Kanesh on the screen? Yes, I can see.
Yes.
Toastmaster Kanesh is a native of Prayagraj. He is pursuing his BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from United Institute of Technology, Prayagraj. He's currently in second year, an active member of UGI Toastmasters Club. He loves swimming, singing, history, and astronomy. Over to you, Kanishk, for the evaluation.
All right, guys. Am I audible? Okay. So good evening again. I'm back with my evaluation report for Toastmaster Archita ma'am. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Toastmaster Archita for successfully fulfilling the purpose of her speech, which was to negotiate the best outcome. So congratulations, ma'am. I really like the fact that you started your speech with a question. The question was, what comes to your mind when you think of the word negotiation? And this question grabbed the attention of the audience. So it was a very nice way to start your speech by grabbing the attention. The overall flow of your speech was pretty good. You exemplified what negotiation is by narrating your stories, especially that story of bargaining, which was about that earrings shopkeeper, how you bargained. And then you also elucidated that bargaining is not the only way of negotiation. You highlighted that there are different styles of negotiation, such as competitive negotiation. You also narrated a story in which your friend forced you to watch a different film. You were willing to watch Mission Impossible, and that was done quite beautifully. I must say, the story was narrated beautifully. You also highlighted a very important fact that we are practicing negotiation without even realizing. These were your exact words. And this is quite true because quite often we negotiate and we don't even realize that we are doing this activity. So that was also done nicely. I really liked you highlighted the significance of listening whilst negotiating because it is very important to listen to the other person with whom you're negotiating to understand his standpoint, right? And if you, instead of indoctrinating or imposing your own views, it is very important to listen and understand, and then based on the overall thing you decide and reach a conclusion. So it was done very beautifully, and again, a very nice example which you shared. Now coming to some recommendations. The first recommendation I'd like to give you is that your overall speech was good, but you lacked giving necessary pauses while transitioning from one part of your speech to the other part, right? So this is where you can focus. Like when you were narrating the story of your college, when you had two options, the one was to go to the college at which is in Pune, and the other to stay with your mother. So you narrated it very well, but after that, you did not, give a necessary pause when you highlighted the significance of, your importance, why it was important to you. That's one thing. Another thing is that the camera was too close to your face, so your hands were not visible to the audience. Your body gestures were not visible. So that's another recommendation. So ensure that your camera is at a distance so that all your hand gestures, like you can see me, are visible. So in conclusion, I would say your overall speech was great. It was quite captivating. It was full of beautiful anecdotes with strong messages throughout. Your areas of improvement are, setting the camera and giving necessary pauses. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Connect, for the beautiful nuggets of wisdom that you have shared for our speaker one, and hope she'll take into account all the recommendation and commendation. Let's move ahead with our fun game, right? Say it right. And see what else we have. So what we have now, I think we all know the right pronunciation of this word. The next word is not Salmon Bhai. There is a fish name. It's not Salman Khan. There's a fish name which is pretty much famous in foreign land. In India, it is called Ravas fish. But how do we pronounce it? Salmon? 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 A, B. Akshat says B. A lot of people are saying B, B, B. I think it is the right answer. So salmon is the right pronunciation for this fish. Cool. Let's move ahead and bring in the second evaluator who will be evaluating the speech delivered by Toastmaster Akshat. So Toastmaster Yashika is on the screen. She's a final year BTech student. She is incoming president of UGI Toastmasters Club. She is incoming ADPRM of the district. I don't know what that means, but I think it is Associate Director of public relationship management?
Sir, it's Associate District PR Manager.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
So pretty big titles you are going to have, Toastmaster Yashika. She loves coffee, she loves book. Over to you, Yashika, for the evaluation of second speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. Wow. What did you do, Toastmaster Akshat? What a heart touching, nostalgic, and beautifully curated speech that was. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Let me begin by offering my warmest congratulations on completing Level 3 and Project 3 of the Persuasive Influence Pathway by Toastmaster Akshan. That was a wonderful achievement, and your speech, if this picture could talk, was a truly memorable way to celebrate that milestone. From the very first slide, you pulled us into a journey that felt real, personal, and full of heart. That was not just a project, it was a window into your world. Now, let me highlight three things that stood out very strongly in your speech. First, your presentation was simply beautiful and incredibly catchy. The visuals were creatively and carefully selected, and each picture you showed wasn't just a frame, it was a memory. You brought them alive with your words, making us feel like we were walking beside you through those moments. Second, I absolutely loved the depth of thought behind your content. Each picture held meaning, and you expressed that meaning so clearly and beautifully. From iconic places like the Birla Temple to the more personal ones like your PG or the chai boxes, you showed us that persuasion can come from emotion and not just logic. Third, your choice of topic was refreshingly unique and highly effective for this project. Instead of focusing on a single argument, you let the pictures speak for themselves, persuading us to value memories, moments, and the emotional bonds we built with places. That was not creative, it was powerful. Now, with all this admiration, I would like to gently share a few suggestions that could take your speech to another level. Firstly, the structure felt a little scattered. You moved between stories a bit quickly. Secondly, the overall tone stayed quite constant. A little more variation in how each memory is shared through pacing, pauses, and brief reflections could enhance the journey. And thirdly, while delivery was heartfelt, it did seem a little bit spontaneous. A more defined opening and a stronger closing would help wrap everything together. In conclusion, your speech was warm, nostalgic, and incredibly personal. You reminded us of the power behind the places we have been and the small things we often overlook. Congratulations once again, and I would like to say, what did you do? Wow, Toastmaster Akshay. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day in the MOC.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashika, for really nice evaluation on what did you do, Akshat. Let's move on to Say It Right, fun game we have been doing of late. Now we know the right pronunciation of salmon fish. It's called salmon. I'm still speaking wrong. But the next word is this. And this is pretty common, and it's a very common mistake that we all have. What do you call? Oh my God, you guys can't see, right? You guys can't see color as well. You should have told me. I made it black and white. But what do you pronounce this word? Plumber. This guy comes to your house and he fixes uh, all the pipe related work at home. So, what do you call this guy? Plumber, plumber, plumbing. Pretty common mistake. I see A. People are saying A. What is it? A is plumber. Awesome. So I have been calling them plumber for a very long time. But good that audience here is already knowing all these catchy words. So let's move ahead. And here too, the third. No, Vaishnavi, it's not plumber. It is plumber. So I think majority of them are right. So let's use the word right way, plumber. Awesome. The next evaluation will be done by Toastmaster Punita, and she will be evaluating the speech given by Toastmaster Swanima. Toastmaster Punita is a seasoned Toastmaster, very humble, kind, and understanding woman. She is 2 times area director in Division F. She's a market research consultant, currently living in Ghaziabad with her husband and a 7-year-old son. Her hobbies include cooking, listening music, exploring new places. She is basically a super mom, effortlessly managing work and family together. Over to you, Toastmaster Punita.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Toastmaster Swarnima, to start with, I like the title of your speech, Recipe for Realization. I felt that this title was an apt title for your speech because you linked cooking process of a dish, which was pasta in this case, with and its results to uh, lessons of life. So this was good thing about your speech. Secondly, the thing I liked was the storytelling process. Storytelling process is definitely an art, and you excelled in it. So you made the story very interesting, the way you presented it. So, and while telling story, you stated that you were watching a YouTube video where the title was so exciting that you felt like cooking a pasta. And then you took help from somebody in the family to lit the stove, gas stove. And at the end, the pasta was spoiled. And then you related that to the lesson that even if you fail in life, you should keep on trying. So the message was itself very strong. So these were the very good points and very good thing about your speech. But also I have some recommendations for you. So to start with, you had mentioned a part where you felt like an expert chef. So you mentioned it as I am the expert chef, and then you also mentioned about Sanjeev Kapoor. So what I feel that you should express that as a feeling that I felt like an expert chef, or you can use word like master chef to give it a better word. So I felt like a master chef, and you can avoid using name of master chefs or big chef names like Sanjeev Kapoor. I think you can avoid that for this thing. And then you mentioned about pasta tot. So cooking pasta tot. So these are the few things. And at the end, you said like, what's the message? So we will not present direct lines to the audience. If the message is clear, obviously the audience will understand it. So we will avoid putting direct lines in our speech. Okay, because already your message is very much clear to the audience. We don't need to put that line. Before ending the speech, you wanted to ask a question, but you didn't ask that question. You ended it. I know everyone would have done this. So the better way to express it would have been, I know that everyone would have done, or I think that everyone would have done this. So in this way, you can just conclude it. So these are the few recommendations, and at last I will conclude my evaluation mentioning that the title, the concept, the message was excellent. The storytelling part was very good. Only avoid using a few lines wherever it's not needed. Some better words can be used in the speech, and a few grammatical mistakes, which I'm sure the grammarian would be tracking, so that you can improvise over the period of time. So this is all from me.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Punita. So for today's session, we don't have grammarian. It's just me trying to tell them new pronunciation. But yeah, great evaluation by saying, hey, do not keep questions open-ended. If you want to close those questions in the end, just tell that yes, you might have made that mistake. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Punita. And let's move on to the next evaluator, and before I move to next evaluator, say it right. Say it right, the fun game we have been playing, and we'll go to the next question on the board. We have learned this right. The next one. This is pretty easy, and I hope we all know the right answer for this. How do you pronounce this day? Wednesday? Wednesday is what I've learned all my life in school and everywhere. But I came to realize that there could be some other options as well. So Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. Which was the right answer? A, B, C. Let me check the chat messages. People are saying B. Tejashu is saying C. B, B. A lot of people are saying it B, which means I think B is the right answer. Puneet, Gavri, no. It is Wednesday. So majority of the people are right. We don't call it Wednesday. We call it Wednesday. Cool. We get to learn something new. Now move on to the next speech, next evaluation, which will be done by Toastmaster Shobit for the speaker Toastmaster Rudrak. So Toastmaster Shobit is a market research professional with close to a decade experience. While he was working with Kantar, he started his own research consulting firm QMR Solutions in 2023. He has worked with end clients spanning in the automotive industry, FMCG, IT, and tech. He is a dedicated educator as well, founded an English teaching platform Be Better, and has reached out to hundreds of students to help them become fluent speaker of the language. He is also an experienced counseling coach, directing and motivating students to choose their career paths that best align to their personality type and interest. He is a passionate Toastmaster, is serving as the immediate past division director for East Uttar Pradesh region of District 124, which encompasses the geographies spanning across India, Bangladesh, parts of Nepal and Bhutan. He himself is an avid public speaker, believes that sharing knowledge is one of the most powerful ways of making our community, country, and the world a better place. All the student here, if you're looking for some mentor, he is the right guy. Over to you, Toastmaster Shobit.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. I think that was a fairly long introduction. Could have cut short, but yeah, I'll come to the point. Let me highlight, at least for myself, Toastmaster Rudraksh, if you are there, so that I can use this opportunity to give you a big round of applause for the depth-driven speech that you gave right now. And you hit the mark on the head by delivering a speech with a purpose. We all found the purpose, we all understood the purpose, and we all dwelled on the purpose while you were speaking. The smiling face to begin with was the catch. You could see this face smiling as if you've seen it, you've felt it, and you've lived this speech through and through. Something that really moved me was the deep questions that you asked, as if, what is it that drives us? You use certain phrases which will now stay with, I think, all of us. Even the MOC used it after your speech, that you should never let comfort become confinement. Probably a dictum we all should live with. The other aspect of it was not just all sermons and hearsay. There were practical examples given as well. And not only giving random names, but giving a very well-known faces and names like Piyush Bansal, who's a well-known entrepreneur, just like you aspire to be. And you did not leave it open-ended. You did tell his credentials as well, which helps our audiences in case somebody doesn't know the person. However, I felt that in all this depth and all the knowledge, there were a few aspects which were left out, and if added, could add a lot more value to what you were trying to achieve through your speech. One of the foremost things I noticed was with respect to the voice modulation that you expressed. I could not express it in words, but I still have the flat tone that you went ahead with. A catch in itself, but one needs to be more articulate and more modulating in the voices that you would use. So whenever you're trying to express an emotion, go and try and articulate it with the similar kind of articulation as well. If you're trying to say something funny, maybe raise the pitch. Yours was more into the depth, so you could have gone a little deeper in your voice to express that. Maybe, for example, never let comfort become confinement. So slowing down a bit, getting that depth and then putting it across will be more effective. The other aspect was with respect to the fact that although we had motivators around us, but when we are listening to you, we're looking for motivation from you. Although you did mention a bit of struggles that you face in your own self when you're listening to your own voice, as was very much evident by the head of the speech or the title that you chose, the risk of listening to yourself. But I missed the story where you actually did listen to yourself, and we really wanted to know what happened after that. So if you could have added those one or two examples just to squeeze them in and tell us what risk did you take and how did it pan out for you, it would have completed the circle beautifully. Towards the end, I'd just like to say that it's very difficult to bring out a deep topic like this, attach it to a purpose, and to deliver it the way you did. And some relevant examples and some deep questioning around it kept us all hooked throughout. However, just add that layer of variety to it and some personal examples, and that will take your speech to the hilt. I wish you all the very best and hope that you do much better in your next one. Thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmaster Akib.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobit, for this great evaluation. I concur with the idea that when you started speaking, Rudraksh, we felt like somebody is speaking from his experience and belief. Just that tonality and bringing that deep conviction in what you're trying to say would make it more powerful. Awesome. Now that we have learned salmon, berry, and a lot of other words, let me share one more and see how many of you. So this word is actually meant for auxiliary memory. So a lot of you use laptop and we always check that memory, right? So we keep cleaning it. So, or you can always store or hide something in future flips. So you can use this word as he decided that they must cache their weapons, or the operating system tried to cache every disk operation. So that's how this word is used. I would request people to tell the right pronunciation for this. Is it pronounced at catch? Is it pronounced at cache? Is it pronounced at cache? And I have been pronouncing it cache for a very long time. So just want to see how you guys operate. Akshat says B. Hazel says C. Tejashvi says C. I think we all feel that it will be like cache, but people who are from technical background would say it is pronounced at cache, just cache of memory. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, let us invite the next evaluator who will be evaluating the speech given by Toastmaster Amisha. He's a very close friend. I've been knowing him for almost 3-4 years now. He is a friendly neighborhood Toastmasters living in Noida, has experience of being a part of various clubs and companies. Toastmaster Jatin Kilnani, over to you.
Thank you, Akib, for inviting me over. If I could get Amisha highlighted or spotlighted rather, that would be helpful for me to be able to address her as and when during her evaluation. If not, if I'm clearly audible and visible, I can just proceed. All right, thank you. So, Toastmaster Amisha, what if I told you that the biggest success is not in having the courage of enjoying the success, but to take that first step and be there when it matters? And yet Toastmasters isn't guessed. That's what Amisha did by attempting an inspirational speech in her very second project. She was definitely not trying to fit in. This is what is leading by example. Take an action on what you are telling us, an audience, to do. So now let me tell you 3 C's that I've learned that any speech or a public speaker should follow. C for concern for the audience. which you had by taking a topic which was very apt, which had the proper context for us to follow, a clear action for us to take. The second C was his credibility that you added by giving us wonderful facts and figures, whether it be 84% of people, 85% or 80 to 85% people unsatisfying, 1.545 lakhs people say this is what it is. Giving us examples from the popular culture, Mary Kom or Gunjan Saxena. Now that really added the meat to your body of the speech. But that, before I come to the last C of conviction, there's one C that I want to pitch in there, because all this got me curious. Curious to where does Amisha fit in this? How is she untamed? And then you slowly brought in your own example. Or you told us what are you trying to do? My only suggestion is this was a bit too late and far too less for me to know how Amisha is untamed, how lively is Amisha in her own life, and how has she taken the steps or followed the art, learned the art of being untamed. The art, again, the title of speech, which said the art of being untamed. I was looking for this pointers as how can I learn that art, be that artist, and that you did come to, where you said you should question rules, take the action. Other suggestion that I have is you did have the examples in your speech. A call back to those examples as to who, whether Marikom, Gunjan, or Amisha, for question rules at what particular time, or how did they take action in order to for us to follow those steps and really learn the art ourselves. That would have taken that credibility factor even higher. Now coming to the last part, which is conviction. Attempting an inspirational speech definitely requires a lot of conviction. The emotion genuineness should flow in your speech, how you're giving it. So let's say, for example, we're saying, what if I told you that the biggest sign of fear is not of failure, but of fitting in? Use that emotion of yours at the right time, whether you said, oh, untamed heart or mind. You use that emotion and the power of pauses to let that sink in and let people grasp. So in summary, your general and specific purpose were pretty clear. You were trying to inspire us and take an action which was not to fit in, be untamed. You had the examples and material that added the credibility factor to your speech. If you could work on the conviction by being untamed and lively that you were telling us to do, your speeches would be further helpful for all the audience and you would go places. Thank you. Over to Akib.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Toshmaster Jatin. And let us give him a huge round of applause for coming up with the beautiful evaluation. I also felt similarly, Amisha. It's just that you had a really nice speech written in, and you also tried bringing the most impact you can. What Jatin said is coming out of all the experience he has had. Power of pauses is something which can make it way more impactful. Kudos to you. But before we jump into the next evaluation, I have another word for you. And let's see if you all can guess this one right. This word, you guys have seen it during your school days, right? Everything has I don't know, it is a wrong name or like a fake name is given. So, what do you think? What is the right pronunciation? Pseudonym, pseudonym, pseudonym. It's basically it is used as a fictitious name. Like a lot of these rappers these days, right? Yeah, they have a stage name. So Amy Me Bantai is a stage name. So it's a pseudonym. His name is not Amy Me Bantai. His name is something else. Similarly, people use those connotations. Let me see the answers in the chat box. A, people say A. Yes, the answer is pseudonym. P is silent and it's not name, it's name, pseudonym. Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard Toastmaster Jatin, who evaluated the fifth evaluator. Now we have the last evaluator, who will be evaluating the speech given by Toastmaster Rupkata Bhattacharjee. Toastmaster Prerna, she is a second year student pursuing Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science Engineering from United Institute of Technology, Prayagraj. She's a jolly girl, vibrant energy who likes to explore new things. She has developed many skills and hobbies like dancing, acting, cooking. Cooking is coming here, not Sanjeev Kapoor one. Speaking, she also won prizes in acting and speaking. She was first runner-up in acting in inter-school competition. She has first prize in Act 2 literary and management zonals. She is also a triple crown awarded in Toastmasters. She is also serving as DP membership of UGA Toastmasters Club for continuous 10 years. Toastmasters Prerna, over to you. Am I stuck or did she drop?
I think her video was stuck.
Okay.
I felt that for a few seconds. Let me just. Oh, she's back.
Good. Over to you, Toastmaster Prerna. And go ahead and do. So she's talking to some. Just getting ready for the stage. Over to you, Toastmaster Prerna.
Okay. Am I audible?
You are audible.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Now, before starting the evaluation, I have a quick question for all of you. That how many ever of you ever faced rejection? Honestly speaking, I faced it. The best part is my speaker faced it too. And exactly what Toastmaster Rupkatha told us by her story. This was not just a story, it was a journey from disappointment to discovery. And she didn't just feel it, she she didn't just tell it, she felt it. And so did we. The things which she was being evaluated by her previous speech was working on her, I could say, expressions. And today she did it amazing. She just played with her expressions. It does not seem like she was a bit of nervous or something. She was doing it amazingly. So kudos to you on that. Secondly, authentic storytelling. Your personal story was not only not touching but empowering us. It was amazing. You told your story very nicely. And the best thing of your, I could say, speech was your title. The voice that was not chosen was amazing title, which was somehow connected by me as well. So kudos to you on that. Now, couple of things which you have to polish was your volume. The voice volume was bit low. So I would suggest you to use either mic or the earphones which have the mic so that your voice would be clear, because it somehow like was lacking your voice. So work on that. And second was stronger callback and conclusion. While you were amazing with your conclusion, but if you would have connected it through your, I could say, title, it would be giving us more good impact on that. So you can work on that also. And also I would like to challenge you on a very fun challenge, I could say, that your pathway is engaging humor. How about adding tiny moment of humor next time? Like there was a bit lack of humor as you use props and that call things. That was amazing. But being the engaging humor, you should have more humorous things. Like you can work on it as well. Otherwise, your voice was amazing, and the voice was chosen. It was not that the voice was not chosen. It was chosen by your audience and by us. So we are glad that you shared it with us. Keep shining, keep inspiring. Thank you. Over to you, Amos.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prerna, for giving this awesome evaluation to Toastmaster Group Kata. Yes, your voice was chosen by us. We liked the speech. It was just that it was a little feeble. And when I did audio check, I was like, it's coming well. But when you started speaking, I realized that it's coming very slow. And I didn't want to interrupt the whole speech, so I had to just let it go. And just like that, we have reached the finish line of our speakathon. You have completed all the 6 speeches, all the 6 evaluations. So this is a true marathon of courage, creativity, and connection. Let's take a moment to applaud our speakers for stepping up and evaluators for showing the way forward. Today was a perfect reminder that learning is not a lonely road. It's a shared journey. We're all here sharing this journey and we are learning together. Thank you all for being such an engaged audience. Keep speaking, keep learning, and remember, the only way to grow is to show up and speak out. Let's now invite our timer for the day, Toastmaster Archita again, to share her role, share the timing of the speakers and evaluators.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib, for once again calling me on stage. So, all the speakers are qualified except Toastmaster Akshat. He took almost 11 minutes, which is 10 minutes 55 seconds, far more than a prepared speech's time, which is just 5 to 7 minutes. So Toastmaster Akshat will take care of it while presenting next time. And if I talk about the timings, I took 6 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Swarnima took 6 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Akshat 10 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Rudraksh 5 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Amisha 6 minutes 3 seconds. And Toastmaster Katha 6 minutes 40 seconds. Apart from this, if I talk about the evaluators, there are some disqualifications. Toastmaster Punita and Toastmaster Jatin are disqualified because of the timings. Toastmaster Punita took 3 minutes 39 seconds and Toastmaster Jatin took 3 minutes 45 seconds. Apart from this, Kanishk took 3 minutes 25 seconds. Yashika took 3 minutes 2 seconds. Toastmaster Shobit took 2 minutes 54 seconds and Toastmaster Prerna took 3 minutes 5 seconds. So this is all about today's timing of speakers and evaluators. And that's all. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Archita, and hope we all get to learn something new today with the words, with the phrases and everything that we did. Also, the event we had, right? Say it right. So we know what is the right pronunciation of berry, burial, or salmon, and cash. A lot of these words. Hope you all will use this in your forthcoming speeches, in your daily life, using the right debris. So a lot of us we call it debris. So that's good. And I also said that in the end we'll celebrate the winner of the event. So let's have a pat on our back because all of us we are the winner of this event. I know some of you were right, some of you were wrong, but ultimately what matters is that you have found the right pronunciation. If you've got the right pronunciation and you are going to use it, that's a win. That's a success for all of us. With these words, let me hand over the stage back to our presiding officer. I don't see Shobit again, so will it be again Toastmaster Achita? Yeah, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. So before we move forward, I request everyone to give a huge round of applause to our Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Akib. Thank you so much for conducting our speakathon very smoothly. Thank you, Toastmaster Akib. So before Tech Master, can you please launch the poll for the best speaker? Till the Tech Master is launching the polls, I would like to talk to our guests and people present here who did not get a chance to speak in this meeting for their views on today's meeting and their feedback about this meeting. So I would like to talk to our guest. So we have guest Vaishnavi. Hi Vaishnavi, would you like to say something?
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
The background voice is not audible. Okay, okay, thank you. So, like after a long time joining the Toastmaster meeting, it is a really nice experience meeting the new people. I was expecting some of the old people, but nice, or new people are really nice. They speak so good and so presented so well. Every speaker having a new evaluator, so it is nice again joining the meeting. I'm getting little nervous. I don't know why. So it is nice. Everyone presented so good and like they speak so well, and evaluators are so truthful to the speakers presentation, and it was nice. Like everyone gave their best to the like speaking. So that's what I want to say. And I was expecting the table topics, but it didn't happen.
It's a speakathon. It's a speech marathon where the speakers,
Yeah.
there are only prepared speakers. We will have a table topics marathon as well. There you can give a speech on table topics. And Toastmaster Jatin asking whom you are calling old.
Old, like some of the people like Subham sir and Archita Didi and Jatin sir, Suraj sir. These are the people that I know.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi, for joining and sharing your feedback with us. Do join in our next meeting also. It's a celebratory meeting. Uh, I hope you were there in the starting. So we are marking 200th benchmark of Toastmaster Club of Lucknow's meeting. So do join in our next meeting also.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. Now I would like to talk to other guests also. We have Shreyanshi. Hi, Shreyanshi. I was not able to talk to you in the starting. Would you like to say something? Okay, I hope everyone can see the speaker polls for the best speaker. Don't forget to give your vote to our speakers today. Do it quickly, and we have guest Puneet. Hi, Puneet. Would you
Hello.
like to say something about this meeting? Any feedback?
Yes, sure. It was great. It was amazing. It was like today was my first day of joining this session, and it was really enriching. And I really look forward to other meetings in the coming days. A lot of things to learn. Perhaps I have some questions which I think I would like to know the formalities to join these sessions, and uh, yeah, so uh, would like to be a part of it so that I can also uh, get rid of the butterflies in my stomach when I speak in public. And would be it would be even better if it's a face to face, like a open session, so that uh, that is more challenging as per me. I think apart from like in addition to the online sessions we are having. So yeah, that was.
That I totally understand, okay, Puneet, that and I'm really grateful that you are here till the end with us. I will connect you with after this meeting. How did you join this like meeting? From which?
I got a link. I was searching on Instagram, so I found that link there.
Okay.
And I
You
joined a
can.
Telegram. Sorry, I joined this on WhatsApp channel also. I got the invite.
Okay, all right. You can text me on Instagram, like text our Toastmaster Club of Lucknow page on Instagram. We will
I have
connect.
already I have already texted there.
Okay, done. I'll connect with you later.
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think everyone can see the poll for the best evaluator on their screen. Please mark the poll. And now I would like to talk to our other guest also. I can see Hazel in the meeting. Hi, Hazel. Would you like to give some feedback or say something about today's meeting?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
So first of all, the speakathon was very insightful for me. I learned a lot from all the fellow speakers, There were a variety of topics that were given to them, and kudos to them for giving such power-packed speeches. So, and especially I learned a lot from the feedback that was given to the fellow speakers by our evaluators. I even noted down some points in case if that would help me. So it was very insightful. Thank you so much for the session. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Hazel, for such good words. I also have taken the notes of some important points which may help me. And thank you so much for joining. And I also expect you to be there in our next meeting also, which is a celebratory meeting, our 200 meeting. So be there also.
Yes,
we would
for
love
sure.
to have you there. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you. So we have Alex. Hi, Alex. How did you feel about today's meeting? Kindly share your feedback. Can you hear me? I think we dropped off. Okay, all right, no worries. Yes, I saw a hand raised, but I'm not sure who did. Anyone else like to give some feedback or add on something? Okay, so before I end this meeting, I have a few announcements. Okay, so I have a hand raised from Kumar Mahindra. Hi, Toastmaster Kumar Tarachan. Hello, sir. Okay, he's on mute. Toastmaster Kumar, would you like to say something? You are on mute. Kindly unmute yourself first.
Okay, I came in late
Yes.
after the second or third speaker, so I apologize for that. Nevertheless, I expected table topics to follow up, but this, as you said earlier, it was a speakathon. So, okay, it's good for a change. And I'm glad to hear so number of speeches. Overall, the meeting was well run.
Thank you
and
so
I have
much.
no comment, but I have a lot of takeaway. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kumar, for joining us even after a speech. And you love that. So we had a speech marathon today. We were not having any table topics. We will have it in our next meeting. Do join in our next meeting also. Thank you so much for joining, Toastmaster Kumar.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so I have an announcement to make. We have a new Toastmaster with us, who is Toastmaster Anup. So I would like to talk to Toastmaster Anup. He's the newest member of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow's family. Hi, Toastmaster Anup. Good evening.
Hi, good evening to Achita.
Please let us know how did you feel about today's meeting and what are your objectives of joining Toastmasters Club of Lucknow?
Okay, so the speech marathon was pretty good. I think this gives an opportunity to a lot of people, members, to at least fulfill their goals in terms of the pathways where they stand. So at times, if you're not getting a chance, and there are a lot of speakers who are waiting, so probably they get a fair chance to complete and accomplish their goals. One pretty good thing, I think, all the speeches were had a specific objective from their set of modules what they're following, and all the evaluations are also pretty, I mean, they were on the spot. So in terms of giving exact feedback where people need to improve, that was there. And I'm sure everyone, I mean, feedback is not for the speaker only, probably everyone can learn from that. So I also had a couple of learnings from this, whether it is three C's what Jatin talked about, or I mean, because he was able to articulate that well. So it was pretty good. I think everyone, all of us had a takeaway out of it. Coming to second part of it, what are my objectives? Okay, so I have been with Toastmasters for a couple of years. That was in around 2020 to 2022. So I've been for 3 years. I was with Gurgaon Toastmasters Club, and for last couple of years, I mean, I was not participating, so I thought let's make Sundays a little more meaningful and let's join it back. I do not have any specific objective per se, but yes, I thought let's make it a little meaningful. And now since we have an opportunity to join a couple of clubs which are online, so I ended up joining one. Yeah, and I look forward. I mean, in terms of this is a learning platform where at least you get a collaborative learning where you can contribute and you can also learn from everyone. So that is what I'm looking forward to it. So that's all.
That's I completely agree with that. The meetings on Sunday truly makes our Sunday meaningful. Uh, so thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to connect with you in the club. And
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining, and many congratulations on being a new add-on to our Toastmasters Club of Lucknow family. I request everyone to give a huge round of applause to our newest member. Thank you. Now I would like to come on the end, like at the very end of the meeting, and announce the today's winners. So we have, I have all the results. So the best speaker for today's meeting, any guesses? Anyone like to guess?
Amisha.
Okay. Anyone else? Vandama. Okay, we have multiple guesses, so let me. The best speaker is Toastmaster Roop Katha. Give a very huge round of applause to Toastmaster Roop Katha. Can we have her on spotlight? Tech Master, can we have Roop Katha on spotlight? I think Tech Master is not hearing. Okay. Thank you so much, Tech Master, for bringing Roop Katha on spotlight. Many congratulations, Toastmaster Roop. Now it's time to announce the best evaluator for today's meeting. Any guesses for the best evaluator?
Tunisia. Can't get.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kumar, for guessing. So let me just quickly announce. Toastmaster Yashika. Toastmaster Yashika, many congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. So with this, let me just stop sharing my screen. So with this, we have already come, ended our, done and dusted with our 199th meeting of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, Prayagraj Toastmaster Club and UGI. But before I sign off, on a personal note, today is a bit emotional for me because this is my last meeting as a presiding officer in the role of president of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. And I cannot express enough how grateful I am to be a part of this incredible club and the inspiring meetings we conduct week after week. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to each one of you present here, being a part of this beautiful journey with me. And apart from this, big thank you to all the people who helped me organize this Speakathon meeting. Your support made it possible, and of course, to all our brilliant speakers and insightful evaluators. Thank you so much for making this meeting a powerhouse of learning and inspiration. Thank you so much. So, with this, I would like to call one more person on stage. We have president from UGI Toastmasters, Sanskar Agrahari. Toastmaster Sanskar, would you like to add on something?
this was really unexpected to be like called on the stage. So I was not really in that of mental state to actually say something. But yeah, just like you, it's also my last meeting as the Toastmasters Masters Club, and I'm hopeful to see much more beautiful meetings from the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, from the new president of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, as well as from the Toastmaster Yasika, the new president of UGI. So we will be having these insightful and beautiful sessions all along together in future as well. This speakathon was a success, and we are hopeful to have these wonderful sessions in witness in future as well.
Yeah, you are saying the right thing, Toastmasters and Sky, and I agree with you. Thank you so much for joining and staying with us till the last. So with this, I would like to end this meeting officially. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.